Alright, so this is a reading to discuss cryptocurrencies. I know that there's been a lot of buzz about them in the recent months, and I just was really interested to try to find out if they're a passing fad or if they're the future. So I did ask what's going to be the future of different cryptocurrencies that are popular right now. And then I kind of asked some questions about, in general, like the future. So to begin with, I asked, what's going to be the future of Bitcoin? And what the cards are telling me here is that Bitcoin, at some point in the future, is going to be abandoned by a lot of people, by majority of people. Now there will be sort of like whoever's still holding at the end of it, they're gonna be wishing that it could come back or it would stay where it was. There's also gonna be a lot of like wishy-washy people like being like, I don't know, should I get out of Bitcoin or should I stay in? And they're not gonna know until like it's too late type of thing. Because the problem with Bitcoin is that the reason why there's going to be sort of a mass exodus from it and a major drop in price is that it doesn't stand up to other technologies. So it's sort of going to be like the old technology. So to give you an example, it would be like, it'd be like being a CD maker when iTunes came out, so it's like, or when the iPod came out, so it's like you realize very quickly like your business is going to go under because you're the old technology and there's no way you can save it. And so that's kind of what's going to happen to Bitcoin. And there's going to be a lot of people who are going to lose money because they won't know whether or not to get out. And so they'll be left sort of feeling the loss of their investment. Okay, so moving on to Ethereum. What I see with Ethereum is that Ethereum's going to be pretty strong financially for quite a while. But they're also going to start feeling the need to defend themselves because they also will start becoming sort of the old technology. And I don't see Ethereum being hit as hard as Bitcoin, but I do see in the future that the price will drop for Ethereum as well. Okay? So what I'm saying is like in the future, I could even see Bitcoin going to zero, like that sort of thing. And then, Ethereum, like it would still be around, but it would cost much less. So there would be a lot of people walking away from Ethereum as well. There would also be sort of a lot of like trying to defend the technology, but it's not quite there either. Moving on to Litecoin. What I see for Litecoin is that also they'll do okay financially for a while. Litecoin will be the one that like to make money it would require you to put in quite a commitment. So you would have to like hold your investment for a very, very long time. So that's the only way you're going to make money on Litecoin, okay? And also, though, Litecoin's also going to have the same problem and that Ethereum and Bitcoin have, and the price will drop on Litecoin as well in the future. So, you can hold on to it now if you have it for quite a while, and you'll make a good decent amount of money. but eventually you're going to want to sell because the price will drop as well, because once again it's going to be that, like, it's old technology. It can't stand up to other technologies that are coming. Okay. Moving on to Ripple. What I got for Ripple is that Ripple's going to be the one that is going to come out being the most stable, the most non-volatile cryptocurrency. So it's going to attract a lot of people. A lot of people are going to be on board with Ripple. Ripple will do well financially, but it will be one of those cryptocurrencies that if you want to make money with it, you have to hold it for a really long time. It's going to take a lot of hard work to get Ripple to, get you the big dollars. The reason being because, number one, I mean, if you don't know anything about cryptocurrencies, Ripple has way more I don't know what you would call it. Way more ripples. I don't know. Way more ripples that it can distribute. Like, for instance, Bitcoin is capped at 21 million, I think, and Ripple is capped at like 100 billion. So it's gonna take a while for you to make money at it if you invest. So if you invest in Ripple, I would say hold it for like a really long time. But what's interesting is that it's going to gain popularity very quickly. Reason being because it has better technology than all these other ones, and it has a higher threshold, of ripples, or I don't know what you call it, coins, I guess. So that's what helps it remain non-volatile. Is that there's so many, so people will be attracted to it. It will gain a lot of popularity because of that, because it will be stable, and it will be one of those things that if you invest in it now, it will just work for you. Like, if you invested in it now, and then like 30 years from now, like, you'd have a lot of money because your money that whole time was just like piling up and working for you. Also, what I asked, because there's a lot of talk about Ripple with Amazon and Uber and like all these like really big companies, and I asked, are they partnering with Ripple? What I got is that yes, they're doing old school partnership with each other, and it's going to be a partnership that's going to do very well, and they'll be partnered for probably the rest of our lives. It's going to be a partnership, and it's going to go well, and it's going to be old school partnership. So like, there's not going to be any like new twists, in terms of partnership. I don't know what that really means, but just like old school, they're just gonna sign a contract and work together to bring in this cryptocurrency that will change everything. And so then I wanted to ask, like, what's the future of cryptocurrency, like what's going on with it type thing, because a lot of people say that it's like that it's like a fraud and all this sort of stuff. But what I got is that cryptocurrencies are here to stay, and in fact they are going to change the world. They're going to change the way we do business. They're going to change the way we do banking, the way we transfer money. So it's not as detrimental as people think it is. What it really means is that it's sort of showing the world that like there's another way of doing things, there's a better way of doing things, and so people are going to adopt the technology behind it. So that's why some of these cryptocurrencies are going to eventually like fail or not be as popular, because like it's all about the technology in the future. So it's really not it's not per se like the currency itself. And so and when these changes come in, it's changing everything for the better. So it's going to change our world, but it's going to change our world for the better. So that's good. Also, what I did ask was if governments are going to accept it, if they're going to ban it, because there's a lot of talk going around how governments are going to deal with this. And what I got was that governments are going to partnership with the cryptocurrencies, and they're going to adopt the technology. So they're not looking at it as necessarily a bad thing in terms of like that it's this like decentralized currency. Like they know that they could squash the currency itself. That's not what they're worried about. That's not what they're thinking about at all. What they're thinking about it as is how do we adopt the technology and start using it to our advantage. And they're going to do that. They're trying to figure it out right now. So now this sort of stuff, it's going to take a long time to like implement it, and all these cryptocurrencies, they're sort of like trial runs, to see how the world reacts, see how it could work, how it can be adopted, how in what way can the technology be implemented. That's probably the biggest thing here, is that is what people are trying to figure out right now. That's why a lot of people also are getting on board with the technology itself, which is blockchain technology. There's a lot of people that say don't invest in Bitcoin but invest in blockchain. So, but also you got to be careful, because there's a lot of companies that claim to be blockchain companies, so they may not be, but because they're just trying to get on board with the trend. But I would say that any educated, well thought out investment in a cryptocurrency or blockchain technology is a good bet for the future, because it literally is what's coming. It's going to change our whole world. And everybody's going to get on board with it. Even governments, companies, banking, like almost every industry you can think of is going to get on board with this. So good luck with investing. I hope you invest well. I hope you invest smart. Do your research before you buy anything, and happy investing. All right, guys, that's all I got for you on cryptocurrencies, and thanks for listening. All right, bye.